Okay, moving along here. We are ready for Chapter 2, Lesson 6 on page 119. And on that page, we will be able to use bar graphs to solve one and two step how many more and how many less problems. So let's take a look here on page 119. We have um, this problem that we are uh, posed with to unlock. So we are going to connect here. Answering questions about data helps you better understand the information. So how do you know what you need to subtract? And let's just go on through here and let's see. One way we can use a model. So um, count back. Well, what was the problem that we were supposed to solve? Well, it's right here. Let's go ahead and make sure we don't lose track of that. Derek's class voted on a topic for the school's bulletin board. The bar graph shows the results. How many more votes did computers receive than space? So how do you know what to subtract? Um, it's because we're given the two items in the problem. Um, given the two items in the problem. Okay. So um, one way that we can solve this is to um, count backwards along the scale. So if I were to zoom in just a little bit more, all right, we can look here and say, oh, well, here is 10. And then we're just going to count backwards, okay? And this scale is of 2, so there's 2, 4, 6, and then 7, because we would need to get to that halfway mark right there. All right, so that's one way we can do it. All right, the difference is 7 votes. Well, another way, I guess we could write a number sentence. Okay, so there are 10 votes for computers, 3 votes for space. Subtract to compare the numbers. Well, that's going to be easy enough. Okay, 10 minus 3 equals 7. So computers received 7 more votes than space. So a big page there with a whole lot of information that you can probably have figured out on your own. Um, but it's good to know. So we're going to continue now. Let's turn to page 120. Right up there at the top. Brooks School collected cans of food. The bar graph at the right shows the number of cans. How many fewer cans were collected on Tuesday than on Thursday and Friday combined? Okay, here is our question, so let's underline that so we're not losing track. We really don't have any numbers in here because the numbers are right here, but there is one key word, actually two. Fewer cans. So how many fewer cans were collected on Tuesday than Thursday and Friday combined? So we're going to have a lot going on here. First step. find the total number for Thursday and Friday. So that's going to satisfy this part of the problem. So let me switch this over to this blue highlighter. So here's our Thursday, Friday combined right there. And then I can go ahead and I'll do this part in blue. So how many for Thursday? Well, let's see. We've got a scale of 4 here. So 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. There's 24. And then for Friday, all right, we go halfway between here. We have this line right here that goes right in between the 24 and the 28. So that will be 26. All right, and that total is going to be, so let's go ahead and add those up, 24, 26. 4 plus 6 is 10. 2, 4, and then 5. So we've got 50 right here. So let's go ahead and get all of that and get some space right there. Now step 2 is to subtract the total number for Thursday and Friday to Tuesday and find the difference. So we know what the combined for Thursday, Friday is. Now we need to figure out for Tuesday. So we'll use red. All right, so here is for Tuesday right here. And then we need to figure out how many was for Tuesday. Well, that is right here in between this one. So in between the 12 and the 16, that will be 14. And then what we need to do, finding the difference, we will subtract the 50 that we got in the first part. All right, so when we subtract that over here, so 50 minus 14, I cannot take 4 from 0, so I need to borrow 1, add 1 to get, let's see, there's 6, and then 3. So that equals 36. So 36 fewer cans were collected on Tuesday than on Thursday and Friday combined. So this bar graph right here just gives us some good information. What it also does is it helps us to narrow down on the information. See, we didn't even need Wednesday for this problem. Okay, so we just take the information here that we need, pull it over here into the, our workspace, and get that solved. Then we have this question. If 4 fewer cans were collected on Monday than on Tuesday, how many cans were collected on Monday? So if 4 fewer cans were collected on Monday than on Tuesday, 4 fewer, Well, it doesn't have Monday here. All right, here's where Monday would be. But we know that it's going to be 4 fewer. So we know that on Tuesday, 14 were collected. And then 4 fewer would mean that we have 10. All right, we would have 10. If we were going to make a bar graph here for Monday, it might look something like that right there. Okay? So, how are we going to answer this one? Let's say number of cans collected on Monday would be 10. All right. Give you a chance now to get to the show and share, work on your problems there, and then we'll see how you did here in just a bit after you get a quick pause and then rejoin. All right. So, got some of these problems here. Let's see how well you did. Use the spinner bar graph. So we had a spinner. We spend it a few times and then organize the data right here. So how many more times did the pointer stop at green than on purple? Well, on green, it stopped, and I might need to zoom in here to see. So, right about there, and it looks like it is right in between the 30 and the 40. So green was 35. And then purple looks to be, that's right there on that line, looks to be 20. So we'll go ahead and get the 20 right here. How many more times tells us that we will be subtracting. So let's see, I can take 0 from 5. Top number is bigger than the bottom one, so we got 5 right here, 1 right here. So 15 more times. How many more times? It was 15. All right, we'll get that information put right up here out of our way so we can look at number 2. How many fewer times did the pointer stop on blue than on red and green combined? Well, let's see. Red and green combined. Now, something that I will sometimes do just to kind of help me out, if I'm looking at data like this, I like to go ahead and maybe put the numbers here so I can quickly take a look at it. So, just makes it a little bit easier as you pull that data. So red and green combined. Back out of here just a tad. So here's red at 40. And green had 35. We're going to combine those. We're going to add them to get 75. Now, we need to find the difference, then blue. All right. So blue has 20. We'll go ahead and subtract to get 55. 55 fewer times. So we combined red and green right here, this part of the problem. And then we found out the fewer times right here. So our answer that we got, we only combined, subtract the blue to get the 55. And then finally, what if there were 15 more spins and the pointer stopped 10 more times on green and 5 more times on blue? How many more total times did it stop on the green and the blue? So we've got it 15 more times. Green, we added 10. And 5 more times on the blue. So what would have been the total there? 20 plus the 5 is 25. And 35 and 10 is 45. So that's what goes down here. Blue would have 25. Green would have 45. And there you have it. Should be ready to go with your homework. Good luck. And come back to this video if you have any more questions. I'm sure the answer will be in here somewhere.